Good morning, friends. It's Shelly from Art for My Table. Happy Friday. Today we are going to make some soup. It's really dreary out today and it's really cold here. So I live in a nice cold state, the only state that you can show the mitten and where you live. Anyway, so because it's so dreary out, I'm craving something sort of fresh and bright and light. And so we're going to do something with citrus today. And because it's so cold out, I'm craving soup. So today we are going to make a citrus chicken soup. And this recipe comes together in about a half an hour. So it might take me a little bit longer because I'm not really great at multitasking, but so you'll get it. So I'm just gonna add the recipe link and some tools for you into the description. So that'll just take me a second while I'm doing that. So jump in, say hey, let me know you're here and that you can hear me okay, and tell me where you're watching from. That would be awesome, but I'm just going to go ahead and get these linked up for you in the description so that it'll be easy for you to find. Another great resource too is just if you go ahead and share this to your timeline, then it's super easy for you to reference to it later. So, computer. There we go. So give me just a second to do this. Always a little bit of housekeeping. Oh, hello. Thank you. Thanks for the love. I love the heart emoticon. Oh, here we go. And almost done. Sorry, we're almost there. Thank you for your patience. Hey, Kristen. Aw, you're so sweet. Thank you. I've really pared down my wardrobe, so every week I wonder if I already wore this and if anyone will notice. So, thank you so much. Okay, now we can get started. So today we're going to make citrus chicken soup, as I mentioned, and hopefully you guys can see me okay. Just feel free to let me know. So I'm going to start with just prepping a couple of ingredients and then we'll start cooking. So I wanted to do as much of it as I could, just live so you can see that it does come together really quickly. And a lot of times, one of my sort of top tips for easy meal prep and just getting dinner on the table is just to start early. So if I can take some time in the morning, whether you do like a big batch of stuff over the weekend or just in the morning, but I try to just do the stuff that takes a little more time, and then when it comes actually to dinner time and kids are coming in from school, so that's what it's like at our house, or there's just a lot of crazy going on, I can just throw things together really easily. But you can just as easily do this probably take you about 30 minutes, I would say, from start to finish. And it probably will take me longer because, as I mentioned, not really a great multitasker. So, you know, it slows me down if I'm talking at the same time. But all in all, if you prep your ingredients early in the morning and then you just put it together, it'll be like 20 minutes. So it's very easy. So we're going to start with just prepping a couple of things, and then we'll get to cooking. So hi Morgan, hi Mai. Looking forward to this. Oh, good. Me too. And I actually haven't had any chicken soup in a long time, so it does sound really good. So also, if you are someone that has dietary restrictions or knows somebody, this is gluten-free, dairy-free, egg-free, grain-free. So, but it's really good. So I know sometimes there's a lot more choices now, but sometimes they come with stigma. So first we're going to chop an onion. I thought I would show you just one of my little tools here. And this, typically for me, I just grab an onion. Hey Josie, I just grab an onion and I chop it, because for me that is easy, simple. I kind of find it therapeutic to stand in the kitchen and chop stuff up. However, sometimes if I'm in a hurry and I don't want to take that time, I'll turn to some of my gadgets. And so this is one of those things. And I thought it would just be fun to show you. So especially if you just hate chopping things or you hate chopping onions, this is a great little tool. So, oh, Josie. Heart, 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 heart emoticon to you. Or what do they call that? I don't know what they do. Anyways, hearts to you. Perfect chilly day for soup. Oh, yes. Yes, very allergy friendly. So, okay, so this is the Vidalia Chop Wizard. And my neighbor actually gifted this to me. Bought it and said, I thought you would really like this. So, it's this little chopper thing, and it comes with these two inserts. So there's one that has like larger chunk or chop that will give you, and then one's a little bit finer, and that's the one I'm going to use today. So it just depends. You know, most of the time I use this one, but since this is going to be a soup, I'm going to chop my chicken a little, or my onion a little bit smaller. So this is great for vegetables, fruits, and that sort of thing, and it's really easy to use. So first, I got my onion. I'm just going to cut the ends off of it and cut it in half, because it does take a little bit of pressure. So if you have something too thick in there, then it's going to be hard to do. So we just stick that in there. Press it down. Sometimes I have to give it a little extra because I'm not tall. Okay, so yeah, I need a little leverage, so I'm pretty short. So now, second half. Here we go. That tough skin. Oh yeah, there we go. Okay, so there you go, 2 chops and my onion's done. So, and I love that it just comes in this little container, and it does have this fun like little tool to help you clean this out. Because if you look right here, this is you just use that to clean it out when you're washing. So this is very helpful. All right, so we'll set the onion aside, and then we're gonna get to cutting up our chicken. And then we'll get to cooking. So it doesn't take that long. And while the chicken is cooking, we can do some of the other things that we're doing. Okay. So I just have 3 chicken breasts here. It really, I think, just depends on where you buy your chicken breasts and how big they are. So this recipe should feed 4 to 6 people. And I find that nowadays chicken breasts are like pretty large, and we could really serve 2 with 1 chicken breast. But then sometimes I'll buy it like frozen, skinless, boneless chicken breast, and they're nice and thin and sort of even. So then I'll just add more, but it's pretty easy. So, and I just get rid of any kind of like fatty pieces that I don't like. You can't see that, can you? There we go. So all you're gonna do is cut your chicken up. It's pretty simple, but it doesn't take too long. And I like to use boneless, skinless chicken breast because, of course, it's just a little less heavy and less fat. It's, you know, some people would call it healthier. I do love dark meat, and we do absolutely have that at times too. So just depends on what I'm making. And if any of you are into Trim Healthy Mama, is anybody into that? I definitely have like local real life friends that are. So this would be Trim Healthy Mama friendly for sure, and it would qualify as an e-meal. So if you don't know what that is or you want to know more, just leave me a comment and I'll tell you all about it. But this is, Trim Healthy Mama is just an eating plan that I've been on for almost 2 years, and I feel great. So I actually lost weight on it, which is kind of crazy because I'm a small person, so most people that see me wouldn't think that I needed to lose that. But I think more importantly than that, I just feel so much better. I didn't know that I didn't feel good, so I mean, I didn't feel bad. I just didn't know how much better I could feel. Does that make any sense at all? So, okay, so this is pretty easy, and I'm just trimming this as I go. If there's a lot of fat on it, I'll just get it off. So it's the weekend again. I think Mondays and Fridays are my favorite days. Mondays because it's just like a fresh start every week, you know, and everyone's been home over the weekend, and it just, you know, there's more people in here and more to take care of, and it just sometimes with 4 children can feel a little chaotic, and so I love Mondays. It's like it's calm again and quiet, and I sort of just get things in order and just a fresh slate. But then I really like Fridays too, because it's like, oh, it's the weekend and my family's gonna be home. So, so do you guys have any plans this weekend? Is anyone gonna watch the Super Bowl? I think that's this weekend. I don't really know it. We don't have a party. I have some great appetizers. We have great appetizers on artformytable.com on our website. That are great game day appetizers, but we don't typically do anything. Plus, it's kind of starts so late for me anyways. I tend to be an early riser and a morning person. So, but, yeah, so I'm sure my husband will want to watch that Sunday night during our date night. Which is fine, because we watch a bunch of other stuff, so typically on Sunday night we put all the kids have to be tucked away in their rooms, and they can't come up unless it's an emergency, so that we just can have a little end date. So we just get takeout or we cook or whatever and just kind of spend some time together, and we usually watch something. So this week we'll probably be watching Super Bowl. But other than that, what else do we watch? We watch Poldark. Has anyone seen Poldark? We really, really like that show. It's a PBS thing, and we have watched the first 2 seasons, and now we're at the point where if we want to watch season 3, we have to pay for it. So we haven't really decided if we're going to do that yet, but we like that, and we really like Amazing Race also. All right, let me wash my hands a second. All right, I don't know how they do it on TV. It's like they just wipe their hands off and keep going. So, hey Erica, thanks for joining us. Okay, so let me get my big pot over here. And I'll try to just give you some shots of what's happening inside as we go. My tripod will not go any taller right now. But I'll make sure I pick up the camera and show you what's happening, because I know this is taller. But we're going to make soup, so we need it. So first I'm just going to turn this on and let it warm up a little bit. And we're going to use just a little bit of olive oil. I love these olive oil bottles with the spout. It just makes it so much easier. And it's less messy too. It doesn't get all gunked up, so it's kind of nice. So we're going to give that a few minutes, and then we are going to start with our chicken. Actually, I'm going to just crush up my garlic really quick while this is warming up. I forgot about our garlic, and we cannot forget about our garlic. So, the best way to get the paper off your garlic is just to smash it, and I'll just do it right on the counter. I use kind of a fat, like a chef's knife, and set it on there, and just take out a little aggression. Easy peasy, see? Now it will come right off. So, and we are gonna actually do our garlic in a paste today, as opposed to chopping it or mincing it. You don't have to. You could totally do it the other way. And sometimes I'll use this tool, like garlic press, and it's one of the best tools that I have. And it gets it nice and fine. But today, we're gonna actually put it into a paste. So the first thing you wanna do is just chop it up roughly. And then, can you guys see that okay? And then I'm gonna add some salt. Be pretty generous with our salt. And the salt will kind of help it to keep from sticking to the blade of your knife. Garlic tends to be kind of sticky, and it will stick a little bit, but it'll be better. And we're just going to keep chopping it real fine. And once we have some smaller pieces, then we're going to, I'll show you how to put it into a paste. So, let's see if you guys can make this a little more visible. All right, so I'm trying to make sure that you guys can see it. I'm watching it on my computer as a monitor, and it's freezing up on me, so it actually has like a little bit of a delay. Okay, so we're just gonna keep chopping. Make sure you don't get your fingers in there. Keep those bent. And every now and then I just will wipe off what is sticking and add just a little bit more salt. I really like to use the Himalayan pink salt. It's a great mineral salt, and it's good for you. And I was all out, so I happened to find some at Costco. And let me tell you, I probably have salt for the rest of my life. I was so happy that they had the pink Himalayan, and it was huge. Let's knock that down a little bit. Okay, so once we have this nice and finely chopped, we're going to start pressing it into a paste. You just want to take the edge of your knife and just press. And the salt really helps with this too, so. You can see how it's just kind of starting to stick together. This is great, like if you want garlic in something, but you don't want like the little pieces or little chunks, and it just flavors it really nicely. And then Also, like if you wanted to make some sort of a garlic spread where you didn't want those little chunks in there. So, and you could, if you want to make this go a little bit faster, you could use the garlic press first and then go ahead and put some salt on it and smash it from there. So we have some, let's come in here, paste. And my pan is getting hot, so I'm gonna go ahead and add the chicken to it. So I'm gonna kind of get this out of the line of sight here so you can see what else. So we'll bring this back. Hello. Is that good? Okay. Oh, it's snowing. It is coming down. It's a winter wonderland that I kind of wish we didn't. So it got to be like 50 degrees last week, I think, and so it just felt like March. Felt like maple syrup weather. I was talking to one friend and we thought, yeah, this feels like what it's supposed to be like for that. All right, so we'll move this in front. My oil is nice and hot, probably a little bit too hot. So we're gonna definitely get some splatter on this, but hold on. This piece fat there. All right. Hey Patricia, how you doing? Thanks for joining us. So let's see if I can give you guys a view here. We're just gonna let this start browning. So that's really all our goal is, just to brown this chicken. I'm gonna add a little bit of salt and pepper to it because why not? Salt brings out the flavor, right? Some fresh ground pepper. And we're just going to kind of saute until it is almost all the way cooked through. We're going to be adding broth, of course, and letting it simmer, so it doesn't have to be totally cooked through right off the bat, but you do want it mostly. I'm going to see if I can get my tripod up just a little bit higher. It'll be easier for you guys to see. So I just don't have it down to a science yet. It's just always a work in progress. So hang on while I just call my assistant. Hey Joshua. I love having an extra pair of hands, even though he's trying to work on school right now. Will you grab me another thick book like this or two? I'm going to see if I can get this up just a little bit. Hey Camille, thanks for joining. And thanks for your hearts you guys are sending over. I love it. So tell me, who's watching the Super Bowl this weekend? Give me a thumbs up if you are. I know some people are really into it. I kind of don't care. Is that bad? Okay, I'm going to try to lift this up. So hang on, give me a second. Thanks, babe.
You're welcome.
Oh, I see some thumbs up. Okay. My glasses are all stupid. There is nothing like live shows, right? Okay. So, I just want to see if I can give you a peek into this a little bit better. All right, so you can see a little bit there. I'm kind of cut off, but that's okay, right? Nobody really needs to see me. Okay, so this is mostly done. Now I'm gonna, and it will, you know, it's gonna simmer for a few minutes, so it will keep cooking and get cooked through, but it's at a good point for me to add in some onions. Oh, thank you, Camille. It is really good. Oh, and Michelle just likes the halftime shows. They're always entertaining, aren't they? That is for sure. Okay, so now I've got my onions that I chopped in my chop wizard, if you don't like chopping onions. And we're just gonna add those in. And we're gonna let these kind of saute and just get tender, kind of translucent and soft. So I'm gonna just mix that all in with the chicken. And it smells really good. And now, while this is just kind of, while the onions are just kind of softening up, I'm gonna move this out of the way a minute. Move this up a minute, and we're gonna do some zesting and juicing, and we're gonna add these in, okay? So, and also our secret ingredient, cinnamon. Sounds weird, right? I know, it sounds weird, but trust me, it's good. We're just gonna add 1/8 of a teaspoon. And now we will get to our zesting. This is a microplane. I love it. Love, love, love it. It's one of the things that I bought that I was like, why in the world did I not get one of these sooner? So now oftentimes I use it upside down and so that it collects in there, and then I just dump it in. But you can also, you know, do it this way. Honestly, this is just easier for me. I'm right-handed. This is how it works. And we're gonna zest this a lime, a lemon, and an orange. So I used 3 chicken breasts because they were large. I figured that's gonna serve 6 people. And then 1 onion, 1/8 of a teaspoon of cinnamon, just some salt and pepper to taste, 2 cloves of garlic that we'll add in a few minutes here. And then we're working on this zesting right now. And this is just, oh, it smells so good. I love citrus stuff, especially in the winter when it's so dreary. It just feels light and kind of springy. So I like that. Oh, Mimi, yes, you'll love it. Hi, T. Okay, I can't see your comment here. Let me see. Oh, I'm not sure how you found me either, T, but I'm really glad that you're here. I hope I'm saying your name right. Is it pronounced like it is spelled? All right, so got all the zest off. I love this because it just, I used to use a grater, but it just doesn't take any of the white stuff off, so it's really good. All right, so there's our lime. Now we're gonna go with our lemon. This has just become one of my favorite tools, and you can use it for like Parmesan cheese, chocolate, you know, anything where you want that really fine zesting or grating. Oh, hi Karen, thank you. You know what, the backsplash? It was my splurge when we did our kitchen remodel a few years ago. My kitchen used to be really dark. I had black countertops, probably from the 70s. I don't know how old they were, but they showed everything. And there's nothing wrong with black countertops, but it just wasn't a nice one. It's not like some of the pretty ones you see now. And I had seen in a parade home this type of backsplash was in a different color, and I was like, oh, I love that. I had to like order it from the other side of the state. Nowhere locally had it. So it is like one of my favorite parts of my kitchen. And then my countertop, which I like so much better than my other one, I actually in hindsight, I'm like, yeah, I should have maybe gotten something different. So, all right, give that a quick stir. Those onions are coming along nicely, and then we are going to zest our orange. Smells lovely. And if you guys are just tuning in, this is a very allergy-friendly recipe. If you have friends that are gluten-free, dairy-free, or if you yourself are, doesn't have any grain in it. It's just nice, pure, fresh, healthy. Of course, not that some of those things are unhealthy, but I know that there are a lot of sensitivities and whatnot out there nowadays. So this is a great one. And it really comes together quickly too. So who doesn't like that? Even me who likes to cook likes stuff like that. Because even though I like to cook, when I have to get like a pressure situation, like, oh, it's time to eat now, and other things are happening at that time of day, it can be kind of stressful. So there we go. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get the juice in here too. And I'm gonna add my garlic. So I'm gonna do my garlic first. And that'll be just nice and fragrant. Ugh, it smells so good. Smell-o-vision, we need smell-o-vision. You guys wanna take a peek at it? Of course, it's probably steaming. Can you see that? Okay, we have a question here. Okay, this is called citrus chicken soup, Michelle, and I have linked the recipe in the description. So if you're watching this from mobile, you probably can't see that description right now, but you will be able to afterwards. So citrus chicken soup. So now, we're just going to juice these. I'm going to try out another tool, this little handy juicer. I have a couple juicers, but one of my kids, my son actually got this for me for Christmas. And so it's a juicer, and then it also has a microplane on it. It's a 3-in-1 tool, and it also has this little thing on the bottom. Can you see that? That will like get those curls for you, like when you want to zest and get curls. So I use this microplane just because it's much longer, and so it's a little bit easier for me. That's just one of the things I'm discovering, but how fun is this, right? Just goes right in there. I don't have to use a separate container. I don't have to clean a separate container. This is a juicy orange too. Yum. So we're going to do this for all three of our citrus. A lemon, a lime, and an orange. I just squirted myself in the face. You are welcome, Michelle. At least it's not on my glasses. I have not had glasses my whole life. I've only had them for, I don't know. I've kind of lost track. I've had them in the last decade of my life. I know that. So, yeah. Hi, Kim. Thanks for joining in. So, one of the things I've learned with glasses is like they get dirty really easy, and I splatter stuff on them, and going out in the rain, it's just a whole different ballgame. But I'm not really an ideal person for contacts for two reasons. One, the doctor said so, because I've now graduated to progressive lenses, and I know that they do make those in contacts, but he said I wouldn't be like the ideal candidate for that. The other reason is I don't really enjoy touching my eyes, so I'm a little bit of a wimp. Someone the other day was like, what about LASIK? And I was like, surgery in my eye? No, that just gives me the willies. So, hi, hey Trish from Texas, thanks for joining. Aw, Pam, you're so sweet, thank you. Palm Desert, California. Ooh, sounds like nice and warm. Okay, I know someone asked me a question and I can't see it on. Was it where to get this? I think someone asked where to get this. So this is called 3-in-1. Oh gosh, what is the name of it? I did link this also in the description. There is a link straight to Amazon, so you can get it right from Amazon. Or, hi Anna, thanks for tuning in. Or you can, like, if you have like a Bed Bath & Beyond, or you know, any kind of like we have Meijer here. I know not everybody has Meijer, but Meijer is like kind of like Walmart, so they might have something like that too. But yeah, it's something I never probably would have got for myself. I already had a juicer, and my kids got it, and I actually really, really like it. So it's fun, easy. All right, now we're gonna add our chicken broth. This calls for 8 cups of chicken broth. Oftentimes I will use bone broth. I make my own bone broth when we have like a whole chicken. I'll save the bones. Is that making like a lot of splash noises? I'll save the bones, and then I make a bone broth, which is where you let it go for a really long time, like 12 hours, and the bones afterwards of the broth, like you can just break them in half. But you get all the nutrients and stuff that's in it, so it's super good for you. It's really good for your gut. It's very healing. So, yeah. Did I say hi to you yet, Anna? I think I did. Hi, Anna. You're welcome, Michelle. I'm glad that's helpful. I am making, hi Karen, I'm making citrus chicken soup. And the recipe is linked in the description. So, anyway, my point being, I love using bone broth anytime I need chicken stock or chicken broth. However, put a spout on top, yeah. That is awesome advice, Cindy, thank you. I don't have one, but that's a good idea. Sunny Florida, yay. I'm gonna be heading to sunny Florida in like almost like a week, a little over a week. So, anyways, see how distracted I am? Okay, bone broth, really good for you. I make my own. Sits on the stove like 12 to 24 hours. Really easy to make. Now I make it in my Instant Pot, so I can make it in like 2 hours. Oh yes, Cindy, thank you. Brilliant, brilliant. I love it. Thank you so much. So I'm all out of my bone broth, so we need to have roast chicken sometime again soon because I need more bone broth. So, oops, I just turned my stove off here. Give me just a second. Okay, so now we have this all in here, the chicken, the onions, the cinnamon, the citrus, the broth. And it's funny because when I make bone broth, it's really dark in color, and I've really gotten used to that. And actually when I was preparing yesterday to make this recipe, I was like, oh my goodness, I'm totally out of broth. So I went to the store and bought some stock, and it's so much lighter in color. It still tastes great, but I'm looking at it going, I hope this still looks good. So I'll give you a little peek here. Hopefully you can see that. So we're just gonna, I know it just looks like broth right now, but chicken's in there. We're just gonna let that simmer for a minute. Thanks, Michelle, have a great day. And then it's basically done. So I'm just gonna bring it up to a real light boil. And while we're doing that, I'm gonna prep a couple of other things. So, oh, hold on. Do you ever do that? Do you ever go to get something and you get there and you're like, oh, what did I come over here for? That's me. Oh, so I have an orange and a lime here, and I have more lemons in my fridge. So you can garnish this soup with some, like a couple slices of one of the citrus or all of them or whatever you want to do. So, hi Dawn, thanks for joining us. Yeah, so I'm just going to cut a few slices here. You guys probably can't see what I'm doing, can you? I'm so sorry. Ooh, thanks, Dawn. It is good. All right, so I'm just cutting a couple, here's a couple slices of orange. So you can garnish it with your actual citrus. We're also going to garnish it with some cilantro and avocado. So this is not as ripe as I would like it to be. These are the joys of like doing a live show. Like it's coming. It's coming. I think one more day will be perfect, but I'm going to cut into it anyways for your benefit so you can see how beautiful and delicious this is. Okay, and then I need to cut my cilantro. Last week I gave you a tip on how to keep your cilantro fresh for a long period of time. And so I actually, this is the same cilantro that I used last week in the burrito bowls. Hi Trish. Yes, a couple bouillon cubes would. So, and that, Trish, like just totally depends on, I think, preference, because I'm really picky about what goes in my food, and so sometimes bouillon has a lot of preservatives and stuff in it that I just would rather not put in there. So, but it is totally optional because I know that I'm like not the norm. I'm definitely more of a purist, but not all the time. Like I always call myself 80-20, right? Even 90-10, like most of the time, like healthy good, but we have desserts on our site, and we, and I eat sugar. So, I just try to do it in moderation. So here I have some, can you guys see, cilantro that I'm just going to chop up. And this is the same cilantro from a week ago, and it's still good. So we can garnish it with that. I'm going to give our soup a little stir here. Still waiting for it to come up to a boil, but it will very soon. And I'm sure there's other things too that, thank you Dawn, thank you Trish, that you could season it with as well. You could just use some of the seasonings that are like in it. There's also something called, is it called chicken base? I saw it at Costco yesterday actually, or a couple days ago. And I think it is a little bit, it's sort of like a liquid, so instead of the powder. So I think it's like a little bit better for you, but it may still have some stuff in it. So anyway, but yeah, you could add, definitely could add like thyme, basil, rosemary, more salt, whatever. It's such an easy, versatile kind of recipe. So we'll cut into our avocado now. I have my cilantro chopped up. There's that. Got a couple of citrus slices. You could do lemon also. And then we'll do some avocado. So when I serve this, then I just serve it in a bowl, and then I'll put like a citrus slice or two in it, and then I'll do diced avocado, and it looks good, doesn't it? I love avocados. And then sprinkle a little bit of cilantro. This is actually pretty good, but it is just a tiny bit firm for an avocado. But it will work. It will work very nicely. So all I did was just slice it and dice it right in there. and then I'll be able to scoop it right out into here. So lovely, green bowl, green avocado. Yummy, yes. Avocado fans, hearts for avocados. I love avocados, so good. So let me just grab a bowl and my ladle, and I'll scoop this up. And you could serve this with a fresh salad if you wanted to. You could, you know, if you don't have anything against grain or whatever, you could do just some fresh bread. I mean, there's just nothing like bread and soup, right? It's so good. John, you've never had what this way? The soup? The citrus soup? That's what, I guess that's what you're talking about. Okay. All right, so just gonna ladle myself some, I know you can't totally see that, but I will show it to you. It's just really easy, and it's really simple, you know, it doesn't have a ton of ingredients. You could totally like add other vegetables and stuff to it if you wanted to. I think it would be lovely, but you're just looking for something that's quick and hearty and kind of light feeling. Yeah, okay, Dawn. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I found this recipe and it's really good. So then I'm going to just go ahead and put some avocado in there. And I did mention, so I mentioned early on in this show about if you do Trim Healthy Mama, or if you've heard of it. I have several like local in-life, real-life friends that do that, and I've been on that plan for a long time. And I mentioned that this soup would be Trim Healthy Mama friendly. So that would be with very little avocado, or skip the avocado. So I just want to make sure that I'm not sending a mixed message about it. And then I'm just going to throw a little, like, couple citrus slices in there, and we'll put on some cilantro, and I will show it to you in the camera so you can see how lovely it is. Okay, what do you guys think? Does it look nice? It looks pretty. It kind of looks springy, and it's really dreary out today. It's also snowing. And then, you know, just taste it and kind of make it your own. So if you, my camera doesn't want to stay up. If you want to, I need like a tech person. You know, just taste it and make it your own. Maybe you want more salt, maybe you want some more flavorings, whatever. I'm just really excited because it's lunchtime and I get to eat this, so I'm gonna just test it here. Hopefully I don't like burn myself. I don't think you need to squeeze any extra like citrus in there because it has enough in it, but yes, Trish, it's very fresh, yeah. So it's really good. Really, really good. And you could totally, like I said, I think it has enough citrus in it, but always, you know, give it a little extra squirt if you want to, or whatever. So, hey, Carl. Yeah, so I guess it's lunchtime for me. And my son, who's just joined me on the other side of the camera. Is it rude to eat and talk? Yes, I tell my kids all the time. Stop talking with your mouth full. But I just have this thing for food, like if it's in front of me, I have to eat it. Okay, so just that's pretty much it for the recipe, but just a couple of notes for you. The recipe is linked. A smell phone. I said smell-o-vision earlier. I like that, smell phone. Yes, we do. You're welcome, Dawn. Thank you for joining. So just a couple of quick things for you. If you want to find this recipe easily, you could just share this to your wall and it'll be really easy for you to find. I also linked the recipe to our website, artformytable.com. So you can get straight there by Dawn. And then I linked a couple of tools that we used today, the chopper and the 3-in-1 tool for the citrus. And then if you would enjoy getting some recipes delivered to your inbox once a week, then I also linked my sign-up form for my newsletter. So you can sign up there. You will receive, if you do sign up there, you will receive a free, it's 10 super smoothies, so 10 recipes for smoothies. And that will come to you just as a thank you for signing up. And then you will just hear from me about once a week with recipes and tips and tricks, and I do a meal plan and that kind of thing. So if that would be an interest of you, please feel free to sign up. And I will see you next week at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you so much for joining me today. You guys have a great day.